is our toughest fight in the toughest of times. But now, more than ever, Queensland needs a Labor government. Make no mistake, our fight against the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression will be a long and hard fight. But my team is battle ready and we have an unbeatable weapon. It is the Queensland spirit, the way that we come together in times of trouble. It is challenge that brings out our best. We've seen it time and time again, whether it's the challenge of flood, fire, drought, or this shocking oil spill that's been cleaned off our beaches. But bringing out the best needs leadership. It needs strong, experienced leadership and a government with the strength and the vision to renew and reinvigorate. So I seek from the people of Queensland in this election a mandate to mobilise all of our resources, all of our experience and all our energy towards creating jobs. A mandate to build on the achievements of Labor in the tough times and a mandate for the most serious challenge we will face. Queensland needs a government with the courage to face the facts, to admit the reality of the global financial crisis, because unless we do that, we cannot even begin to find a way to work through it. Friends, we want to be a government for the good times, but more importantly, a government to lead us through the tough. That has always been Labor's priority. It's my priority and it's my team's priority. Queensland needs a government that supports the great Labor value of the fair go, one that understands its role in the tough times, one that's committed to working with the government of the nation. In times like this, it is government that must lead and government that must act. My highest priority is saving the jobs of today and creating the jobs of tomorrow. So today, I make this commitment to you and to the people of Queensland. My government in the next term will create 100,000 new jobs for Queenslanders. And we will advance that plan on 4 fronts. First, we will keep Queensland's record building program going. Secondly, we will prepare for the recovery. As we fight the global recession, we are already planning for the recovery from it. The next step in our 100,000 jobs plan will be to expand our skills base so that Queensland is ready to lead Australia into the next period of growth. We will launch the biggest expansion of skills and training ever seen in this state. More than $400 million, creating almost 150,000 new training places. And we will increase the rebate on a payroll tax for apprentices and trainees to 125%, and we will ensure that apprentices and trainees are employed on every single state and federally funded project. The third plank of our jobs plan is to support new industries. So we'll invest $38 million in new tourism initiatives to support thousands of jobs and generate billions of dollars into our economy. But many of the jobs that we will create will come from emerging new industries like our liquid natural gas industry. My commitment to job creation will see us create 20,000 new generation green jobs by focusing on renewable energy. And finally, we will develop new job creation programs because, friends, we must face the fact that despite our best efforts, many Queenslanders will deal with the devastation of unemployment. We will develop new job programs like our Green Army, $57 million in the next 3 years to create 3,000 jobs, putting an army of unemployed Queenslanders to work. improving our waterways, our beaches, our green spaces and our national parks. Friends, this is the plan we put before the people of Queensland, a plan for jobs. Our plan, jobs, not cuts. My opponent thinks that slashing $1 billion from the state economy and axing 12,000 jobs every year for the next 3 years is the way to go. He denies the global recession even exists. This is a man who has learnt nothing from the lessons of history and a man who is hopelessly out of step with governments tackling this problem around the world. I put this simple question to you. If you do not understand the problem, how can you possibly begin to solve it? To cut $1 billion from the state budget destroys the services that families rely on, and it destroys the jobs that we need to preserve. Every single commitment that we have made in this election campaign is part of a clear, affordable plan for Queensland's future. Friends, every generation faces challenges that defines it, and the global financial crisis is one that will define us. But we can never forget that the other great crisis affecting our planet is the challenge of climate change. It is not a case of jobs versus the environment, as our opponents suggest. We need to protect jobs and protect our environment. And today I can announce a major new initiative, a solar hot water plan to help reach that target, to create jobs and save families money as we go through these tough times. Over the next 3 years, we will provide 200,000 solar systems to families at a fraction of the retail price of electric ones. This will more than double the number of solar hot water systems across the state, and it will save the average family around $300 a year on their power bill. Since becoming Premier, I've committed to increasing the national park estate to almost 13 million hectares, or twice the size of Tasmania. And today, I take that agenda further. Friends, a re-elected Labor government will declare 3 of the great Channel Country rivers in southwest Queensland as wild rivers, preserving some of the world's most beautiful areas for future generations. We will boost carbon trading and protect vegetation by giving farmers the right to earn an income from trading carbon credits in their regrowth of vegetation on leasehold properties, an Australian first. And in the next 4 years, we'll cut by half the level of dangerous pesticides and fertilisers that are running onto our most precious of treasures, our Great Barrier Reef. So we will also start work on a new 2,000-kilometre Cape York Great Walk in partnership with traditional owners. Friends, a key challenge for government will be improving services in these tough times when we know that people will need them the most. We know that times have changed, and they've changed dramatically. But friends, our resolve as a Labor government to provide the services that Queenslanders need, our teachers, our nurses, our doctors, that resolve has not changed. So we will employ more than 1,000 teachers in the next 3 years. And my government will drive improvements in academic performance with $72 million of new literacy and numeracy programs. And more than that, we will build on our full year of prep to give more young Queenslanders a flying start to schooling with 240 new kindergartens. Friends, when it comes to police, we are the government that has lifted police numbers to meet national standards for the first time ever. And to maintain that standard, we will increase police numbers by at least 600 over the next 3 years. And further, we will invest $366 million in new and upgraded crime-fighting facilities and equipment for our police. We will also employ at least 3,500 doctors, nurses and allied health workers over the next 3 years to keep pace with the population of Queensland. And we'll keep building our health system to treat more patients than ever before. We'll expand our busiest emergency departments to free up beds, and we will train new nurse practitioners to treat patients sooner. Our elective surgery times are now the shortest in the country, but we know that more needs to be done. I have committed to delivering 20,000 more elective surgery operations. Today, I'm pleased that we can announce a further investment of $42 million to expand child and maternal health services for children and women in rural and regional Queensland. This investment will ensure that women can receive maternity support and give birth closer to home and nearer to their families. It means that more parents can get the advice and support they need, especially when they're caring for a newborn. We know that across our vast state, the ravages of cancer are known to far too many Queenslanders. So I will invest $15 million in new patient accommodation for those Queenslanders who need to travel to our major regional cities to get the specialist care and treatment that they need. We will also deliver a new oncology centre at Rockhampton Hospital that will increase that hospital's capacity to treat cancer patients. So today I'm very pleased to say that we will contribute $3 million to help Young Care expand its services to the Gold Coast. Young Care was born from new ideas to challenge an old problem. It represents what can be achieved with a fresh set of eyes and a renewed focus. As I stand before you, as I seek a mandate to carry us forward and carry us through to the future, it is Labor that has always been the party of change and always been for change for the better. I know that Queenslanders want us to do better, and friends, we will do better. If elected, I will form a team that is committed to meeting Queenslanders' expectations. Their expectations that we will create jobs, that we will lift literacy and numeracy, that we will tackle our hospital waiting times, and that we will protect our environment. A Labor government elected on March the 21st will have many new faces. It will have new ideas and a focused determination to meet the challenges ahead. It will build on our experience, and it will harness new energy. And that is a choice between jobs and cuts. It's that clear. It's a choice between taking Queensland back or stepping forward. A choice between pretending that challenges don't exist or facing them head on. It is a choice between allowing the ravages of a global recession to weaken us or keeping Queensland strong. It is a choice between the prospect of a minority government made up of an unstable coalition propped up by independents or One Nation, or a strong, stable, majority Labor government. My commitment as your Premier and that of my team is to face these times with honesty, energy and determination. Queenslanders, as we face our future together, you can count on me.